What's going on, everybody? Sitting here editing some videos, getting ready to start working on the videos for the full draw film tour this year. Thanks for watching the last two videos of this series, starting out with the V3 31, then going to the V3 27, and now lastly the V3 31 versus the VXR 31.5. I haven't had a chance to do the V3 27 versus the VXR 28. That will hopefully come later, but as of right now, I'm going to knock this last video out, and then I got to start really pushing hard on these videos for the full draw film tour. So without further ado, let's jump into the video. Thanks for watching the last two, and hopefully this is something you've been looking for. Alright, what's going on, guys? So hopefully you like the last two videos in the series, the V3 27 and the V3 31. Really enjoy both of those bows, but what I want to do today for you, I know there's a lot of people that have question on, is it worth the upgrade from the VXR to the V3? For you guys that already have the VXRs, I want to kind of touch on that. So I shot the VXR last year, did the review on it. If y'all haven't already seen it, go check it out. So last year's bows, I think I actually like the 28 better than the 31. This year's bows, I like the 31 better than the 27. So there's a couple things I want to talk about on differences and why I think that it's worth the upgrade from the VXR to the V3 if you already have the VXR. So a couple of the things that you're going to notice different this year between the V3 and the VXR is you're going to notice a difference in how parallel the limbs are. So the VXR had mostly parallel limbs. The V3 has past parallel limbs. Quite a big difference in angle of those limbs. And the reason behind that is this year's bow actually has a longer axle to axle to riser length ratio than the VXR had. Last year's VXR was the longest they had designed to that point. The new V3 is even longer percentage than that. So what you'll notice with the 31 is it actually has it seems to me, I don't know 100% on the specs, but it seems to me like the riser feels and looks longer than the riser on the VXR 31.5. And that may be just due to design, I don't know. Another thing that you'll notice on the riser is that they've taken more material out this year versus last year. It's just a more sleek design on the new V3. And what they did is they took out weight. This bow actually in the hand does feel lighter than the VXR. I think this bow, according to Mathews, this bow is like 4.5 pounds or so, something like that. And this one's like 4.66 in the VXR. Which the weight's really not that big of a deal. It's kind of negligible as far as most guys go. The weight does matter, but not as much as, not enough to change bows. What does matter, however, is the new V3, the shot is so awesome. I thought the VXR was quiet. The new V3 is much quieter, in my personal opinion, than the VXR was. Another thing you'll notice is the center guard technology they've got on this bow, and what that does is the roller guard is actually in the true center of the bow. It gives you more vane clearance, and it's supposed to make the bow easier to tune and a lot more accurate, versus the VXR has the standard roller guard. So that's another upgrade there. Both bows are relatively similar on your axle to axle and your brace height. So that aspect there is not really that big of a deal as far as tunability of the bow. What is a bigger deal though is the longer riser, The center guard technology is going to make the bow easier to tune, more accurate. Another thing that they changed is they went to the Nano 740 versus the standard EHS, the harmonic stabilizer that they've had for the last couple years. And one thing you will notice on the shot, in my personal opinion, the newer bows have less hand shock and they're much quieter on the shot, I think, which is hard to believe considering the VXR was so quiet last year. Both these bows are set up at 71 pounds. This bow's drawing 27 inches on the dot. This bow's drawing 27.5 inches pretty much on the dot. So this bow's, the V3 is going to be about a ½ inch longer, so just factor in, you know, a couple feet a second difference between the two. This one being a little faster just because it has a little longer draw length. I couldn't get both of these the same. They didn't have another set of mods to make this bow the same draws as the VXR. So keep that in mind. Both of these are going to be set at 85% let off, and we're going to be shooting a 440 grain arrow. So I want to shoot these two, and then I want to shoot them through the chronograph and kind of give y'all an idea of what I think on the shot, draw cycle, and things like that. And I'll give you the reason why I think this bow is better, and why I think it'd be worth the upgrade if you already have the VXR. So let's shoot these things through the chrono real quick since I already have it set up, and then we'll move it and I'll set them without the chrono. All right, so this is going to be the VXR. .268. .261. I think that might have been me. .269. So I think 268, 269 are the accurate ones. I think the one that I shot kind of up a little higher was the one that didn't read right. So we'll just say an average of like 268 between those arrows. Let's get the V3 at the same draw weight, ½ inch longer draw length, and see what it shoots. .278. .275. .275, and I just busted one of my arrows. All right, so now that we've shot through the chrono, it seemed like the V3 is definitely shooting faster than the VXR did. Like I said, ½ inch different on the draw. So add about 3 to 5 feet a second or so on that. So let's go ahead and shoot these things a few times. Let y'all hear the shot and kind of see the draw cycle. All right, there's 3 shots of the VXR. Now let me give you 3 shots with the new V3. Now keep in mind both these bows are bare bows, so it will definitely get quieter as you add your stuff to your bow. And we're back in this little small room, so it's going to sound louder, but I'm telling you right now, both of these bows are super quiet, but this V3 is like next level quiet. Trying to draw this thing smooth to give you kind of an idea. So quiet on the shot. All right, and there's 3 shots with the V3. So let me grab this other bow and let's talk about them. All right, so talking about these 2 bows, once again, let me give you some reasons why I think the V3 is worth the upgrade. The V3 hands down is a quieter bow on the shot. I think it's a lot more balanced bow in the hand, in my personal opinion. A lot of this stuff is personal opinion, so keep that in mind. You need to come up here and shoot them yourself. But in my personal opinion, V3, better on the shot, better balance in the hand. I'm really liking the idea of the center guard technology. I like the vein clearance that I get out of it, and I like the idea of tunability on this bow. With that being said, I like the fact that Mathews has extended the riser even longer than last year's VXR. This has what they're calling the extended bridge technology. And when you see these bows side by side, you really do notice a difference in the two as far as the sleekness of the riser and as far as the length of the riser versus the axle to axle. Like I said earlier, past parallel limbs on the V3 versus mostly parallel on the VXR. So for me, the main reason why I think it's worth getting the V3 is I enjoy the shot better. I don't currently have a VXR in my, that I own, but I think I will be owning a V3 for this year. I think it's an exceptional shooting bow, and I think Mathews has really kind of outdone themselves on the upgrade from the VXR to the V3. All it is this is their 3rd generation or 3rd version of this cross-centric cam platform. So you had the Vertix, then you had the VXR, then you had the V3. Mathews has just continued to add on to a platform that's already phenomenal. So come up here and shoot these bows just to get an idea for yourself, but I can definitely tell you, if it was my money that I'm spending on a new bow, I would definitely recommend upgrading from the VXR to the V3. I really enjoy the shot on this bow. I think Mathews has really done a good job of trimming weight. You can tell weight in the hand. This is definitely a lighter bow. I think maybe even more so than what Mathews is letting on. I think this bow is going to be a really, really high selling bow for this year. So if you already have a VXR, I'm not down in your bow. It's a phenomenal shooting bow, probably one of the best bows Mathews has ever created. But they've really, really added some finishing touches to this bow that the V3, I think, is worth the upgrade from the VXR. So thanks for watching the video. Come check these guys out up here at Grafton Archery. Let them kind of explain some more stuff to you. Maybe more so than what I can explain. And if you have any questions, just give them a call. Comment down below. Please like and subscribe. Can continue to help me grow this channel. And thanks for watching. So we'll see you on the next video, and I hope to keep bringing you some more archery related content in the near future. Thank you.